Hey everybody. Looks like New Jersey got some sad news today. Their state senate has passed a legislation that will essentially end vaping in that state. A lot of vape shops are going to close. A lot of people are going to be out of jobs, and it's terrible that this is happening. Massachusetts is also in a similar situation. I'm currently here in Maryland, and they passed the T21 legislation, which restricts people from under 21 from buying any tobacco products. In fact, if you're under 21, you can't even legally enter a vape shop. So we're fingers crossed here, hoping that Maryland doesn't adopt similar legislation that will affect vaping here in Maryland. Currently, I think the closed pod systems are banned or will be banned here in Maryland. I know they are already restricting flavors on the pod systems, that over-the-counter stuff that you can get at a gas station, jewel pods and so forth. I have to do a little more research on that. I'm not up to date on that. I also found out that people in the military who are under 21, 18 to 21, can still purchase, excuse me, can still purchase tobacco products and possibly vape, nicotine vape juices if they present their military ID showing that they are in the military. But this is going to be a long fight, and we're going to have to keep doing this. Hopefully, Massachusetts and New Jersey, the people who support vaping in those states, will continue fighting and try to get this repealed or overturned in some way. We have to make these legislators aware that they're going to lose votes. They're not going to get reelected. And you consider you got maybe 2 to 3 million people in those states that vape, and they're going to be negatively affected by these bans, and they're not going to vote for the people who supported it. So keep that in mind, other states who are considering similar actions. Also, you might want to keep an eye on their state revenues, their tax revenues, because once vaping is banned completely, they're going to lose a lot of money. And then on top of that, you're going to have all these people who are out of work filing for bankruptcy. You're going to have people going to welfare and food stamps, which is something that most legislators are trying to cut out. So where are these people going to turn if they lose their only source of income? Oh, get another job? Yeah, how easy is that in this economy, in today's job market? Uh, it took me 6 months to get the job that I currently have. That's a long time to go without food and without paying your rent. So this is a dire situation for a lot of people, and I hope that this gets overturned in some way. Also, the people who actually patronize these shops have nowhere else to go but back to nicotine, back to cigarettes, and either that or black market opportunists. You know, they're going to thrive in this ban, and this is something that this country should have learned back in the 1920s when they did the alcohol prohibition. Um, the same thing happened. The black market boomed. People were making and selling their own bathtub gin, bootlegging across state lines, and it was a mess. And people were getting sick and dying from improperly made or manufactured, bathtub gin they called it, and yeah, it was making people go blind. People were getting very sick. They were doing damage to their organs. I mean, this is going to get something that's going to get worse if vaping goes the way of the underground or black market. So we're trying to avoid that, and I think this country should focus on getting people off of cigarettes, which are which is far more harmful than vaping, and that has been proven. And I see a lot of naysayers out there saying, well, these people who are saying vaping is safer than cigarettes, they're only fooling themselves. It's worse, it does far more damage. Bullshit. I've been vaping for almost 10 years, and I am much better for it. And as I mentioned in a previous video, I had all kinds of health problems from smoking. I was coughing, I was constantly congested, hawking and spitting on the sidewalk like like most smokers do, and yeah, it just isn't good. I mean, I had other health problems too from smoking. I had acid reflux, I had sleep apnea, and since I've been vaping, I haven't had any of those problems. So this is something we really need to push to keep this alternative in place. Vaping is not harmful, or not as harmful as smoking cigarettes. And believe me, by comparison, this is much better. And it's fun. But aside from all that, everybody knows what the pros and cons of vaping are. First of all, it's cheaper, it's cleaner, smells better, and it's not as harmful. In fact, as it was proven by the College of Physicians in England, after countless studies had been done, they had proven that it is 95% safer than smoking cigarettes. And that is an option I can live with. So vape long and vape strong. Y'all have a good one. Keep fighting. We got to save this industry.